And welcome back to the 2006 NAIA World Series. And I believe Jenny Hogan from KLEW Sports has somebody to talk to.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Marvin Bernard. He played for the Warriors for 2 years, winning 2 national championships. You've been in this situation. You can predict things very well, as I you before. What's your prediction right now?
Well, the way the game is going, I mean, it's a great game so far. All they got to do is just keep in there, keep hanging in there, and keep doing their job. The pitchers are doing pretty good. I mean, those guys can hit. I mean, they can flat out hit, and you're gonna have to just keep scratching, bite, claw, do whatever you got to do just to stay there.
Oh, bring it on! I want the hits. Yeah. Now Chip is up there announcing, and you know him pretty well. Anything you want to tell him?
No, to get a clue.
KLEW, we got the clue. We know what we're talking about. They're waving. All right, back to you guys. We're enjoying the broadcast.
And back up in the booth. That was a cold shot.
Well, not really, because I recruited Marvin and coached him, and obviously I didn't have a clue then either.
Yeah, that's obvious. Dorian Rojas leading off here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Mike Miller coming in. He's been in an inning and 2/3, taking over for Austin Weilup, the starter, who went 2 1/3, and the count 1-2 now on Rojas. 3-2 ball game. Rojas had a 2-out home run over the center field wall. That one's up and in, and a count 2-2. Back in the first inning for the first run of the ball game. Double to right center his second time. It's 2 for 2 on the game. The count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the fifth. And a ground ball scooped up by Fuller. Nice basic plays there. As he got down on one knee, got the glove on the ground, and went away.
Well, I think there's a bunch of people in the stands right now that just breathed a big sigh of relief because they finally got Dorian Rojas out tonight. And then the other key ingredient there is the fact that Dorian Rojas, or nobody's on first base when you get Cruz and Mercado coming up after him. So a big out right there, although it just looks like an out in the books. It's a big one for Mike Miller on the mound.
Well, we'll see how Mike Miller does with the next 2 batters as he pops in a strike on Alberto Cruz, first baseman. Cruz 0 for 1. He walked in his first bat and flew out to left. And takes strike 1 for Mike Miller. And misses without 1-1 to count. The number on Weilup chip, 2 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a base on balls, and 2 strikeouts. But got tagged for a couple of home runs, and nice pitch in there. Cruz thought that was going to almost hit him, and then it come back to bite the plate.
Well, the difference so far with Mike Miller and Weilup is Miller's been able to throw that ball on the inside part of the plate and keep Cumberland hitters honest.
1-2 pitch, swing, and a miss, struck him out. And Cruz goes down for the second out.
You know, pitching's such an interesting thing, and the whole game of baseball is so interesting that the ability to just throw that ball on the inside plate, then he comes back with this ball outside, and it's tough to hit. If a pitcher can move the ball in and out, up and down, and change speeds, that's what's going to make you an effective pitcher.
Angel Mercado, the leading home run hitter in NAIA baseball, 26 with 84 runs batted in the regular season. 0-1 the count with 2 away now, and Mike Miller needs to do what the Warrior pitching staff has not been able to do here. And I was, just as I was going to say, have not been able to do is get the first 2 outs and then get that third one in a 1-2-3 inning.
Well, that ball rode up, looked like it caught him on the helmet right there, and Miller would have liked to get his team back in the dugout quickly, but fastball that got away, got him on the shoulder. So from here, it looked like it might have got him in the helmet, but that ball caught him on the shoulder, and Mercado's okay down at first base, and now Nolan McHugh coming up to try to do some damage for Cumberland here and get another run on the board and put 2 runs in between them and Lewis Clark State.
Well, McHugh has flied out to center and bounced into a 1-4-3 double play. And he goes after the first pitch, fouls it back, and he's in the hole 0-1. So Miller's can't let that bother him and just shake it off and still try to get another out here. So Mercado's been on base 3 times. He had singled to left and an RBI single to center as he had drove in the third run of the ball game back in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the fifth inning, 2 down. Cumberland leads it 3-2. And the runner fakes going, and a drive, and Balmer and shortstop can't get over it. It cruises through, and a 2-out single after the hit batter.
It's fun to watch these Cumberland University hitters. They just do not miss mistakes. That ball hung a little bit, a curveball by Miller, and he hit Nolan McHugh. It hit hard right in the 6-hole right there. You can't make mistakes. It makes for a long game to pitch 9 innings against these guys because they don't let you make a mistake and they don't let you off the hook.
Well, Derek Depew, another senior who was on the team and played at second base in 2004, and a member of the Bulldog championship team. Derek 0 for 2 is struck out, flew out to right. And Mike Miller still trying to get that third out.
Depew, a good hitter, 324 on the season and 313 coming into this game for the tournament. So Depew is one of those kind of hitters. He's kind of a pesky hitter. He'll slap the ball around, use the middle of the field, and with 2 outs, he's the kind of guy that's going to put it in play with 2 outs.
Well, Miller checking the runner at first. He has runners at first and second, and misses with the first pitch to Depew, and the count 1-0.
That word pesky hitter, that's a compliment. So,
yes, it is. Yeah.
Pesky, he won't go. He just drives other pitchers and other teams nuts.
Well, Miller being deliberate now, trying to get that pitch and get this third out of the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way, and he fouls it out of play, and the count even at 1-1. Well, yeah, I understand pesky for some is a compliment, and others, back when I was a child, I thought it was a compliment.
Yeah, when my wife tells me I'm pesky, that's not a
good thing. A ball on a strike, 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning here. 3-2 ball game. Cumberland on top of the host school, Lewis Clark State College. And here comes the pitch from Miller, and he went down golfing for that one. Really dug it out in the dirt and fouled it off.
Yeah, once again, a good movement on that fastball by Miller as he got it in a little bit to Depew, and Miller doing a great job. He's battling with 2, and Depew's not going to go away. He's going to keep battling up there at the plate and try to drive this run in. And the center fielder is fairly shallow in center with a great arm. I look for a play at the plate on a base hit right here.
Well, here we go again. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch on the way, and a good stop by Meyer. But the count evens up at 2-2. Again, the Warriors a week ago started out for the first time since 1984, losing their opening game to Lubbock Christian University 4-3, and 3 of the 4 runs unearned. The Warriors made 4 errors in that game and could not get the offense going. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Pitch on the way to drive right back up the middle. Thompson coming up and throwing it down. Meyer, he's out of there. What a throw by Mark Thompson, right on the butt. And the Warriors keep Cumberland from scoring another run. Oh my word, Mark Thompson, right on target of Jesse Meyer, and a runner out at home plate. So the score stays 3-2 Cumberland. The Warriors try to get some momentum from that out here in the top of the 6th at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series 50th anniversary right here on KLEW TV.
That's probably some kind of theme park ride in there right now because there's a lot of stuff going on. I'll guarantee you that.
Brand new 20-mile high roller coaster. First pitch to Paul Martin.
What a ball game so far, Sean. We've seen a little bit of everything. Some great defense, some great hitting. Pitching keeps battling in there, and this is what a championship game's all about right here.
Yeah, what a big Derek Depew coming up with a big hit up the middle. And with runners at first and second, and the Cumberland fans, there's ball 3 for Whitmer, and the team thinking they were going to have another run. And Mark Thompson not only nailed it to Meyer, they nailed him by about 5 feet. And Mercado, there's ball 4, and Whitmer comes out and walks Paul Martin, the freshman right fielder, on 4 straight pitches.
Well, the difference in this game, if we watch this, you've got Cumberland with the power, you've got Lewis Clark State with the good defense and the small ball and a well-rounded ball club. Now you got Whitmer giving up a walk, and see if they push that runner to second base and score on some small ball. It's just the irony in this ball game has been terrific.
And Jesse Rail, the number 9 hitter and left fielder, will try to get something going here. Nobody out. Runner at first. Rail popped up to third and had a single to right field his last time up as he poked one over there and drove a runner over to third that the Warriors couldn't score on. 3-2 game. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. The weather. There's a shot. It's going to get in the gap, and a nice little poke by the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Jesse Rail. And the Warriors are back to the top of the lineup. And the tying run is in scoring position at second base.
Well, I was wondering, there was a thought of why Coach Sheff wasn't going to bunt that runner down to second base and lead off. But you got to believe that Coach Sheff thinks the way Cumberland swings the bat, that it's going to take more than 3 or 4 runs to win this ball game anyways. And so now you get a big base hit out of Rail. You got the top of the order with a lot of speed right here in Thompson. So now we're going to see some things happen right here, and we should see some runners being moved along and a little bit of strategy come into play right now.
And the Bulldog catcher, Nola McHugh, out for a second there setting the defense. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Here's Mark Thompson. The ball gets away from the catcher, McHugh, and the runner's down in scoring position with nobody out. Martin at third, Rail at second, and the count 1-0 on Thompson.
Well, as soon as those runners got into scoring position right there, Sean, you saw Coach Sheff looking at Mark Thompson and telling him with his hands palms up to get a ball up right here, to get a ball to drive in the outfield and to score that run. So let's see if Thompson can do that right here, and let's see if Whitmer's going to give in and give him a pitch up in the zone.
And Thompson 0 for 3, looking for his first hit. Pitch on the way, and he gets one right back up. Off the glove of the shortstop. Here comes one run. Here comes a second one, and the Warriors have taken the lead for the first time in the top of the 6th inning. Oh my, the crowd got it there. Runners after that wild pitch, that what came back to haunt Whitmer when you put both of them in scoring position. And Thompson really ripped on that one, and the shortstop, Alvarez, made a good effort, but it went right off his glove, and 2 runs across, and the Warriors on top 4-3. Now here comes Justin Fuller, who ripped a home run his last time over the center field fence. And he also had a double.
And
Justin's
got a big gap in left center field right here. A ball hitting that left center field gap. Thompson may be able to score all the way from first.
Swing and a miss by Fuller, and the count 1-1. Still nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. Mike Miller has come in and done a good job for 2 2/3 inning, not allowing a run, and the Warriors have come back now and taken the lead 4-3. Pitch on the way, and right back to the pitcher, Whitmer, and a 1-4-3 double play. And Warriors still got to keep going here and try to keep the momentum going, because something like that, boy, it takes a balloon and sends it somewhere without air.
Well, we've talked over the course of this tournament over and over again, Sean, about a couple things. One is playing a complete ball game, defense and executing and momentum. And you see Thompson throwing a guy out at the plate, and the momentum switches, and now that double play ball.
There's a drive by Vogel. Can't get to it. And a big shot by Matt Vogel, a 2-out stand-up double. That went right after the first pitch and ripped it over the head of Caleb Barrett in right field. He tried to get up in the air, but hit off the fence, and if another couple feet, that one would have been out of here.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to be tired at the end of this ball game, because all you got to do is look down and something's happening. And that momentum, that 1-4-3 double play could have changed the momentum. Bogle comes back up and doubles over the right fielder's fence, and over the right fielder's head, and now you've got another runner in scoring position.
Well, that looks like Zach Whitmer is going to be it for him. As you see some of the Bulldogs coming out, and that's the general routine when they got a pitcher going. Whitmer was pretty tight on the Warriors basically for the first 4 innings. He gave up 1 run in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th inning, but now it's not the way the runs have been scored. He gave up those earlier runs, but they really weren't on the hard hit balls we have heard off the bats of the Warriors here in the top of the 6th, Chip.
Yeah, they definitely got to him right there, and again, they can't stay with their game plan. Hit the ball back up the middle, and you look at where those balls were hit. They were hit back up the middle, and that one by Vogel to the right side in the gap right there, and it's basically what we said earlier. One team throws a punch, and then the other team comes back with a punch. So I expect Cumberland to come back and shoot some offense right back at the Warriors.
Well, the right-hander, junior Adam Tomlinson, is going to come in for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 6th with 2 away.
Well, Tomlinson on the course of the season had a .46 ERA, was 4-0 with 22 appearances and 1 game saved. So it looks like he's been in a relief role most of the year. Innings pitched, only 39 innings pitched and 22 appearances. So basically they've used Tomlinson during the course of the year to come in and close an inning out or stop the bleeding and get back in there and swing the bats, because that's what Cumberland does the best. I don't expect them to go away. They're going to keep swinging those bats, and it's going to take a lot of runs to win this ball game.
Well, Leo's coming from the sidearm there. He's a 6'3", 195-pound junior who is a hometown boy from Lebanon, Tennessee, where Cumberland is located.
Well, in 46 strikeouts and 39 innings pitched for Adam Tomlinson. So he's going to come in and hopefully get a strikeout right here and put an end to this top of the 6th inning for Lewis Clark State College, and hope his team can go back in and put a couple more runs on the board.
Well, now you played before. Is it harder? What's the hardest pitcher to face after you've got hits off the other one? How long does it take you really to catch up with the next one?
Well, that's hard to say. I don't know if there is a formula for that one.
Here's the first pitch to Meyer, and it's upstairs, ball 1.
When you do have a left-hander out there on the mound, now you've got Tomlinson coming in, and he's going 3/4 from the right side. That really has your eye has to change quite a bit there.
Runner down at second. Here comes the 1-0, and got jammed inside, and it's going to roll down to first base. And Alberto Cruz picks it up and tags first base for the final out of the top of the 6th. But the Lewis Clark State College Warrior bats came alive in the top of the 6th inning to take the lead with 2 runs. They're up by 1, 4-3. Cumberland University coming to bat in the bottom of the inning, trying to find a way to get back in the game at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series 50th anniversary on KLEW TV. And you're watching the 2006 Avista NAIA World Series Championship on KLEW TV. 50 years of the World Series and 50 years of KLEW TV, bringing you the best in local sports. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning, DH Steve Self stepping up and held up on that one. Mike Miller as they appeal down to first base. And no go there, so the count 1-0. That one drops in there, and a count evens up at 1-1. But Chip, really good excitement for the Warriors, and not only got the Warrior bats going, the crowd into it, and that sure helps when you're on your home field. A swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, if you can grab that momentum, if Miller can put a 0 on the board right here, that helps going in the dugout. And Cumberland wanting to put a number on the board right here. Anytime the opposing team puts one up, you want to strike back with one right away.
And Self grounds a hopper to Bogle, scoops it up, first base, and 1 away. And just like a Hoover vacuum cleaner, Mr. Bogle over at shortstop and Fuller at second, doing their jobs in the infield quite well here tonight's championship game.
Yeah, those two played together last year in Alaska for Coach Sheff, and so they know each other real well. They played with each other here at Lewis Clark State and all summer long. So do a great job in the middle, and it's really important that the middle of your defense is solid. And we saw Thompson throw a guy out at the plate, and that's the nucleus of your defense right there, and they do a great job.
Caleb Barrett, the number 9 hitter, takes ball 1 for Miller. Caleb struck out his last time and had a line drive at single into center field. Back in the second inning. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Big pitch for Miller, and the count even up at 1-1. Miller has 3 strikeouts in 3 innings since coming in for Austin Wyland. And nice pitch right on the corner. The count goes to 1-2. He's given up 3 hits, yet to give up a run. A ball and 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Cumberland University Bulldogs. The pitch on the way and misses, the count 2-2.
Now, in Cumberland's very capable of striking with 2 outs or 2 strikes, and so every pitch you throw up here, you can't relax against these Cumberland hitters.
2-2 pitch on the way, fouled out and back. Big cut by Barrett, he stays alive. Again, Cumberland University at 11 on Tennessee. Came out of region number 11 before going to the Super Regionals. 2-2 pitch on the way, and popped that one up in left field. Coming over to haul it in is Jesse Rail, and there's 2 away. Here in the bottom of the 6th, and back at the top of the lineup with Victor Alvarez, who is 1 for 3, struck out, flew out to center field, and line drive base hit into left field. Woody Hunt looking to try to get his offense going. Pitch on the way now to Alvarez, right back up the middle, and a big 2-out hit by senior Victor Alvarez, as Miller could not get his glove on that one.
No, and that ball was struck real well back up the middle. There's not, once again, not too many easy outs as you go through either one of these lineups tonight. And now Cumberland looking to throw that punch right back at Lewis Clark State College. And Probst back up at the plate to hit a home run to right field and to a 2-run shot, or no, I think it was a solo shot to right field that put him up 2-0.
1 for 3 in the game for the Bulldogs center fielder. And he rips another shot into left field, as neither Vogel or Balmer could get to it. So here we go, back-to-back 2-out hits, and now Miller's having problems getting that 3rd out.
Yeah, don't go away from this ball game. That's all I can say is don't go away. If you got TiVo, you better use it right now, because you don't want to take a break. Better not go get the popcorn.
And of course, TiVo now needs to send a check to Chip D'Amato for $150, please. And since I mentioned again,
I meant
that's
a recorder. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay, yes. Hey, they'll love it. Dorian Rojas is homered back in the 1st inning. He put it completely over the center field fence, and since that time has doubled to right center, and the last time up grounded out to second base, Justin Fuller. So 2 away at the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-3 game. Warriors on top here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And 1 strike on the veteran 3rd baseman as we go back to 2nd. Fuller coming in, and Miller, good move back there. But Probst was ready for it as he went back in, standing up. Sean Emery along with Chip D'Amato here at the 2006 NAIA Championship game, the 50th anniversary. What an accomplishment. And misses with that one. And the count goes 1-1. And I can tell the Warrior fans were not quite pleased with that call by home plate umpire Bruce Allen.
Yeah, either that or something else might have happened right there. But didn't sound like they were too pleased with that one.
So Rojas is going to step out and rub the gloves a little bit. Yes, the 50th champion going to be crowned later here tonight. And back in 1957, Sul Ross State University out of Alpine, Texas. knocked off Rollins, 8-7. And missed on that one to count now 2-1 on Rojas, as Miller being real careful here with 2 runners on. Does not want to give up a big hit here after the Warriors took back the momentum at the top of the inning and the lead at 4-3.
Good job of Rojas at hitting right there. That was a good pitch by Miller down, and Rojas kept his hands back, stayed above it, laid off of that pitch.
Pitch 2-1, and there's a line shot going to hang up, and Mark Thompson coming in, can't get it. And a throw in time, and will the run score at home plate? No, it will not. And a score remains 4-3, as it looked like Thompson misjudged it coming in on the catch, and instead made a great throw at third base for the final out. And it's still a 4-3 ball game. We go to the top of the 7th inning at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series 50th anniversary. Back with more on KLEW TV. For the out of third. And back to Harris Field, 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series. They did give them that run. And it's now 4-4 ball game as Victor Alvarez came across the score before the out of third. And Alan Balmer makes a big cut in the whole 0-1, so it's a 4-4 game. Nice throw to third by Thompson as he gets his second assist of the game. But the run did cross Alvarez, and we're all tied up in the top of the 7th. And Balmer takes a strike. In the inside, 0-2 the count. Looked like Thompson almost had a play on that chip, but for some reason or other, runners at first and second. He stayed back a little bit, didn't want to let a ball get over his head.
Well, and I think that ball may have fooled him a little bit, as it looked like it was hit off the end of the bat by Rojas. And with Rojas hitting and the power that they have, Thompson was a little deep on that play and played it carefully with a 4-3 lead. But again, you see Cumberland University with 2 outs, putting the ball in play for a base hit with runners in scoring position and throwing that punch right back at them. And we've got a 4-4 ball game.
And Alan Balmer, the senior Lewiston native, trying to find something going here. He singled a right, and he's over 2 since then. Has flown out to right center and found it in foul territory to the second baseman. And takes ball 2 after falling into hole 0-2. Back to even. And you know, Allen would really like to find one that he could plant out of here real quick to bring the crowd back in, and he found that one off, staying alive with a good cut.
Well, Allen hasn't had any base. Oh, he had a base hit in the second inning tonight. Ground ball through the 4-hole. But a pitcher like this coming down from the side, a left-hander ggets to see that ball a long time. And
2-2 pitch swings and a high hop to the shortstop. Alvarez and dropping the ball over there, number 24, Alberto Cruz. And a leadoff error as Balmer is on first base with McLeod going to go in and run for it.
Well, there's that crack that you don't want to make in this ball game. And again, Lewis Clark State College, not the type of offense that Cumberland is, and Cumberland can't give them those extra outs in this ball game because they'll play a little bit small ball, they'll get base hits, and that's not a crack you want to give them with nobody out right there. Alvarez just a little bit lackadaisical on that play and just kind of flipped it over to first, and a little bit high. Cruz went up for it, but just couldn't hang on to it.
And that's just how the last inning started, except with a walk with nobody out that came around the score. And here comes Jose Castellon again, looking for a hit. He actually walked and scored a run, and hoping to keep it going here with nobody out in the top of the 7th as the pitcher fires it over to first base, Tomlinson. Zach Whitmer started it. Whitmer went 5 2/3, 10 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a couple bases on balls. He didn't strike out anybody. And Castellon stuck the bat out there thinking about a bunt, pulls it back. Castellon, another senior.
Castellon, the hitter, the Warriors are hoping will wake up right here, and sooner or later it's going to happen. He's due right now.
And here's the 1-0, bringing it down for 3/4, and it ends up tailing up, and the count's now 2-0. on Castanon, and behind him will be Juan Verdejo. And then Paul Martin, who walked to lead off the last inning. Pitch on the way, dropped that one in there, and strike one, 2-1 the count. Again, Balmer reached on an error, bat throw by Alvarez. And Antoine McLeod in as the courtesy runner, putting some speed over there. And here's the 2-1 pitch on the way, and the runner goes. And McLeod going to have to hustle back as the ball comes back and dropped over there by Alberto Cruz, the first baseman. And what do they say, Chip D'Amato? You never want to give somebody an extra out.
No, that's 2 extra outs so far this inning, and the Warriors seem to be popping the ball up a little bit. That's generally a side of backside collapsing a little bit. If you watch a Cumberland hitters hit with 2 strikes, they're just throwing the barrel out there and getting base hits. And Lewis Clark State College seems to be just panicking a little bit. And Castanon needs, now that he's got a second life, needs to drive something right here.
Well, he needs to focus on what some of his teammates have done to get on base. And like you said, not panic. 2-2 pitch, and he hills up on that one to go for an appeal. And first base umpire Mel Gatson says he didn't go around. So 3-2, now the count on Gastinon with nobody out and a runner down at first.
That's a tough pitch to hold up on right there. Him coming 3/4, and that thing looked like a Frisbee coming up to the plate.
Well, here we go again. Tomlinson trying to come up with a pitch to record an out here. 3-2 on the way, and back under it again. Fouls it over on the third base side in foul territory, and barely holding on to that one over there. Looks like the shortstop Alvarez came in to get it and racks up. Actually, yeah, that was Dorian Rojas, the third baseman. He barely got it, but he came up with it, and that's one away, and Castanon gets under another one.
Well, I'm not sure if Cumberland plays under the lights during the regular season, but if you remember the center field, the fly ball to center field in the last inning, and Probst had a little bit of trouble with. First baseman had a trouble with a pop-up, and right there, Rojas barely hangs on to that. They're struggling with the pop-ups a little bit, and it could be the lights playing some tricks on them.
Here comes Juan Verdejo taking strike one, and Juan put in the game for starting DH for Zach Adam, who's struggled. And Verdejo has not done that well either, as he is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 2 consecutive times over to Derek Depew at second, and then had a routine pop-up into center field to Courtney Probst his last time. So Verdejo getting the starting job here needs to come up with something to let Coach Shep know that there was a right choice for this championship game. And Tomlinson taking his time a little bit. The nerves may get into him a little bit.
Well, Verdejo stepped out there, and then Depew comes in to talk to Tomlinson. So now that we're in the 7th inning, everybody's making sure everybody knows what's going on, I guess, out there.
Runner at first, 1 down. The count, no balls, 1 strike, and a pitch out. And McLeod not going anyway against Antoine McLeod on first as a courtesy runner for Alan Balmer, who reached on an error on the shortstop Alvarez. Top of the 7th inning, all tied at 4 apiece. And a pitch misses with 2-1. Again, it started back in the first inning with a home run by Rojas with 2 away for Cumberland. They got 2 in the bottom of the 3rd after the Warriors got 1 in the top of the inning. To take a 3-1 lead, the Warriors got a home run in the top of the 5th, and then 2 more runs in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss by Verdejo. The count now 2-2, and Cumberland come up with 1 run in the bottom of the 6th inning to retie it at 4 apiece. What a championship game for the 50th anniversary, Chip D'Amato. Couldn't be any better.
Couldn't ask for anything more exciting than this.
The count 2-2 on Verdejo. Pitch on the way, and took a big cut trying to go to the right side, fouls it out of play, and he stays alive.
And if you look out around Harris Field right now, it doesn't look like there's an empty seat anywhere to be had, and everybody's enjoying this ball game as both teams exchanging blows here tonight.
Well, I'm thinking we're going to be breaking an all-time record for attendance over the series. We had over 5,000 on Memorial Day for an LC game, and a big crowd all day long. That pitch is upstairs, the count 3-2, and we've had some good crowds this whole series, even back when we started out with chilly temperatures and rain showers off and on last Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, we've escaped some of this weather so far, so it's been very fortunate to get all the games in, and even today when it didn't look very good, everything seems to be great out there tonight.
Started 40 minutes late, but we're going good now. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, throw down, and a big job by Cumberland University as the Warriors will lead off runner at first, come up with nothing, and a strike him out, throw him out, and Cumberland really cheering out there and excited. Nothing crossing the plate. It's seventh inning stretch time. It's all tied at 4 at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series 50th anniversary on KLEW TV. There on the strike him out throw. To get that replay there on the strike him out, throw him out, as the Warriors, after a leadoff base runner, could not get anything going. And now a new pitcher coming in, Shannon Worth, right-handed junior for the Warriors, going to have to come in and take over and do what Mike Miller did and pretty much shut down Cumberland except for one run.
Yeah, Shannon Worth on the season, Sean. Shannon's got a 2.97 ERA. He was 6-0 on the year with 12 appearances and 12 games started. So a little bit of a unique role for Shannon, and the fact that he's coming in relief here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
And strike one on Alberto Cruz, who will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Bulldogs. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, misses, and back to the backstop. And a count 1-1 behind Cruz. It will be Angel Mercado and Nola McHugh. Of course, Mike Miller, who may have been a little fatigued after not pitching very much because of the injury. And a swing and a miss there, foul tipped a little bit. And a count 1-2. That was a weird sounding ball.
Well, I think, again, we've alluded to this a few times during this broadcast, that it takes a lot of energy to pitch against Cumberland, and every pitch means something, and you can't lose focus at any time, and that wears on you after a while. That, being focused every single pitch is tough.
And see you later is what Shannon Worth told Alberto Cruz. A big strikeout as he comes in and records the first out quickly on Cumberland in the bottom of the 7th. Second consecutive strikeout for Cruz now, and here comes the nation's leading home run hitter in NAIA, Angel Mercado. It's a hit by pitch and an RBI single, and a single to the left. So he's had a busy day. He was thrown out at home by Mark Thompson, keeping a run off the board 3 innings ago. 4-4 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning on a nice ball game and a good night after a big storm went through this afternoon. And strike one now to Mercado, and a count 1-1. We had a storm go through, put a lot of water around. We started 40 minutes late, but my goodness, Chip, it has turned into a good evening for baseball. And misses 2-1 the count in a packed house at Harris Field.
Yeah, and I think everybody's glad they're here tonight. I know there was a lot of concern before the ball game. We're going to get it in, and we're going to get in as the game called off, and everybody's enjoying a heck of a championship game here tonight.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Shannon Worth coming right at Cumberland with some heat and mixing it up a little bit. And Cumberland's not been able to figure him out, at least the first 2 batters here yet. And here comes the 2-2. Took a little dust off the pants of the uniform there, and the count now even, 3 balls, 2 strikes from Shannon Worth. Takes a sign from Meyer, and here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Shannon Worth back-to-back strikeouts coming in here in the bottom of the 7th inning. But now, Chip, we have seen the Warriors on 4 occasions get the first 2 batters out fairly easy. and they have struggled mightily to try to get that third out. Part of it is because of Cumberland, and probably 90% of it because of Cumberland. They're not going to let you get them easy.
Well, that looked like a great split finger pitch.
Say that
was
three
tough
times?
to say right there. Just after a fastball on the inside part of the plate. So, good job of pitching right there.
Nolan McHugh, the catcher. McHugh is flown out the center, grounded into a 1-4-3 double play, and singled to left.
But I think you're right. That's why I said it's tough to pitch against Cumberland because they don't go away. With 2 outs, they'll continue to battle up there and score a run. I think, what was it last night? They had 5 2-out rallies where they put runs on the board. So Cumberland is a very scrappy offensive baseball team and knows how to swing the bats and put runners in scoring position and drive them in when they're there.
And as I just talked about, McHugh with 2 away, 2 strikeouts, is now 2-0 on the third hitter here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There's strike 1. But his first 2 pitches he's really had a problem with. One got between the legs of Meyer, and the other one was about, maybe 6 inches short of home plate.
Well, if Shannon Worth can continue his pattern right here, he may be more successful than the first 2, although Mike Miller did a great job in there. But throwing that fastball on the inside part, he's been successful so far doing it.
Well, 3-1 count on McHugh. He got past Mercado and Cruz, and ball 4, but he can't do it on the catcher and number 6 hitter. And again, a Warrior pitcher gets 2 quick outs. And in the case of Worth, impressive with 2 strikeouts. And now has a batter on base, the lead runner on base here in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 away, and Derek Depew coming to bat. And Depew is 1 for 3, single to center his last time. Has struck out and popped up to right. In the bottom of the 7th inning in an exciting championship game. All tied up, and Worth misses again. And a count 1-0. A visit from Gary Briccone of the Warriors may not be far away if he continues to miss. And the 1-0 pitch, swing, and a miss as he reared back and fired it. And Depew has the count at 1-1. Cumberland came out of Region 11 in a tournament down at Veterans Field in Lebanon, Tennessee. Started out by beating Union 11-4 out of Tennessee. Then beat 4th-ranked Trevecchia Nazarene 6-3. Followed that up with 2 wins over Lyon, 9-7, 14-0. They then beat the Cumberlands out of Kentucky 11-0. They lost to Trevecchia, did a night in 11 innings, but then came back to win 13-3 over Trevecchia Nazarene to win the title. And a pitch out on the 1-1 pitch, count 2-1. As the Warriors possibly looking for McHugh to take off.
Well, McHugh's stolen 2 bases in the tournament so far out of 2 tries, so obviously he will run down there at first, and was 11 out of 17 on the season in stolen bases. So.
Yeah, McHugh, in lots of places, the catchers have a courtesy runner come in, but he has enough speed getting around the bases, a decent base runner, they don't take him out. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. On the way, the runner goes, and there's a line shot into left field. It's going to hold up, and the Warriors don't get any more damage as Jesse Rail ripped that one off the bat all the way and comes in and records the 3rd out. And in the bottom of the 7th, the Bulldogs strand a runner, and we're all tied at 4. We go to the top of the 8th inning. The Warriors coming to bat at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series 50th anniversary on KLEW TV. NAIA World Series Championship game on KLEW TV. It's being brought to you tonight by Pond 1, Cluxton Glass, and St. Joseph Regional Medical Center. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Got number 8 up on the bullpen, Chip.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Palma, a 6'1" junior out of Sylmar, California, getting loose just in case they need him down there in the bullpen.
Leading off the top of the 8th inning, Paul Martin, the right fielder. Have the number 8 hitter. He scored a run. He walked his last time up. He's also singled. And grounded out the short. And the first pitch to him on that sidearm look is up 1-0 from Tomlinson.
Well, it'll be interesting here to see how far Tomlinson can go. Obviously, by statistically speaking on paper, it looks like Tomlinson was the closer for Cumberland all season. Only pitched 39 innings during the year, and so he came in. He's already thrown an inning and a third. It's a little bit early for a guy like him to come in the ball game, so he's going to grit it out here.
1-1 on Martin. 4-4 ball game. Top of the 8th inning. And strike 2. Sean Emery along with Chip D'Amato here from historic Harrisfield, looking for the 50th champion of the NAIA here on Harrisfield. Can it be the Lewis Clark State College Warriors who lead with 13, or Cumberland University? And misses with that one. Count even at 2-2. The Bulldogs out of Lebanon, Tennessee. Their 8th appearance, and they won their first title in 2004, beating Oklahoma City. And the count even on Martin, 2-2. Here comes the pitch, and gets away, bounced up, and the count now full.
You know, in the last couple of years, Cumberland has kind of been what I would say possibly the crowd favorite here in Lewiston, Idaho. Up until maybe tonight, I would say. So Cumberland, with their style of their brand of baseball, being aggressive and offensive-minded, they've had a following here in Lewiston.
Most certainly have. Here comes a 3-2 pitch, fouled back, and Martin stays alive. And to add that, there was a big rivalry between Lewis Clark State College and Oklahoma City, especially for 2 consecutive years when the Warriors came from behind and knocked them off twice, and then Cumberland got a hold of them. So when there's a pop-up straighten up in the air, that's not going to get out of the infield. And Martin this time can't get on, and one away here in the top of the 8th inning. But as said, when the Warriors were out in 3 games with a 1-2 record in 2004, everybody was packing Harrisfield full for championship night when Cumberland and Oklahoma City battled.
Yeah, Cumberland became the home crowd favorite there, and Oklahoma City, poor Oklahoma City, you know, they didn't do anything but playing a couple championship games, and boy, they had the crowd against them for a couple years.
Jesse Rail, number 9 hitter, had a single to left his last time up, and takes ball 1 from Adam Tomlinson. Rail is 2 for 3. Popped up to third, and is single to right, single to left, and looking to get something going here in the top of the 8th. And that one in 2-0.
And the way the trend of this ball game is going for both clubs, I think Cumberland's got to feel pretty good about the way it's going. They're still hitting the ball hard, and the Warriors are popping the ball up quite a bit. And obviously, having the coin toss in their favor and being a home team, Cumberland gets a hit in the bottom of the 9th. So LC's got to put some runs on the board if they're going to feel comfortable in this thing at all.
Exactly, and the more the better. 2-0 pitch on the way to Rail as the crowd wakes up, and now 3-0 as Tomlinson falling behind here on the number 9 hitter, and that's happened 2 times before, and Rail's made him pay with hits. Cumberland got here through the South Central Super Regional with 2 consecutive wins over Tennessee Wesleyan. And dropping the 3-0 pitch in there, ball 4. They beat Tennessee Wesleyan 7-3 and 16-7. And a 51 win, 16 loss record at this point. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, and inside ball 4. So a 1-out walk issued by Adam Tomlinson. And now the Warriors looking for some 1-out magic to try to take the lead again here in the top of the 8th inning as they go back to the top of the lineup. And here's the center fielder, Mark Thompson, who drilled in that 2-run single to left center field his last time in the top of the 6th to get those runs in.
Well, not only did Thompson have that Tomlinson on the mound, Thompson at the plate. Not only did he have the big RBI single, but throw at the plate to throw a runner out, and also at third base with 2 assists from center field.
He's had a heck of a ball game. And he steps in, the junior, runner at first, 1 away. Pitch on the way, and he lays down a bunt foul. Good idea there, but the pitch up a little bit. And they were waiting down there. Rojas was waiting for that to come down to him.
Well, I think with no strikes on you, and what you want to do is make sure you create an angle with the bat on that on what they call a drag bunt, although it's not a drag bunt from the right side, but create an angle where it's either on the line or foul, one or the other. And Thompson did that, and with his speed, if he puts it on the line, he's got a good shot at a base hit right there.
Thompson with the count 0-1. Behind him, Justin Fuller on deck with one away. And he lays it down the right field side. Pitcher Tomlinson, the little flip over to first base to Cruz. And just like you said, Chip, they barely got the ball there before Thompson, only maybe by a stride, and there's two away.
Yeah, that flip didn't have a lot on it. It almost caught Thompson in the shoulder as well. And if it catches him in the shoulder, once again we see a bunt play that the defense doesn't execute. And we've seen this throughout the tournament, throughout years in the past, where a bunt play or a blown bunt play on the defense could lead to some big innings and a collapse of a ball club. So they're lucky to get that out right there.
Well, Coach Woody Hunt and the infield coming in to talk to Adam Tomlinson. And looking for a right-hander, I believe, to come out of the bullpen. Through the series here, the Warriors again in the Game 4 on the opening day of the series a week ago, for the first time since 1984, lost their opening game, losing 4-3 to Lubbock Christian. Cumberland knocked off Auburn 7-1, and Warrior fans yelling, "Let's go! We got the momentum going. We got a runner at second. We don't want to wait all day." Other scores, LC then knocked off Concordia. They beat St. Xavier 9-3, then Concordia 17-2. Cumberland beat Embry-Riddle 7-2. The Warriors jumped out to a 9-run lead and won in the bottom of the ninth, 11-10 over the team from Florida. LC beat British Columbia 4-1 to get to this game. Lubbock Christian knocked off Cumberland by 1, and then Cumberland came back to knock them off 12-1. And this is how the teams got to this point in a 4-4 ball game with two away and a runner in second in scoring position. And Justin Fuller, who has the Warriors' only home run of the game, is up to bat.
Yeah, and Fuller, a left-hander against the side-arming right-hander Tomlinson. I think Coach Hunt went out there and said, "Look, we got a right-hander on deck. Let's make sure we pitch him carefully, and let's play defense, know where we're going out here, and work together." So I don't think he was thinking about going to the pen. It was more of a conference out there than anything.
Justin bounced into a 1-4-3 double play his last time up, but has 2 hits in the game, and there's another strike, and it got 1-2.
Well, 2 really good pitches from Tomlinson right there. What's known as backdoor curveballs, as he's coming up from the outside of the plate on a breaking ball and catching the outside half. Tough pitch to hit if it's thrown correctly, and 2 really nice pitches right there.
Well, 2 away in the top of the 8th. The Warriors have already stranded 5 in scoring position. They have another one down at second with 2 down. Here's the pitch, and struck him out looking. And Fuller needs to just hush himself and get back to the dugout before he gets himself kicked out. Didn't like the call, but the pitch was too close to take when you got 2 strikes and he goes down. And the Warriors strand another one at second base at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series, the 50th anniversary. Back with more after this on KLEW TV. A popular call on that. A popular call. And back to Harris Field at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series 50th anniversary. Not a very popular call on that called strike on Justin Fuller. Shannon Worth fires one up there and gets strike 1 on Steve Self. And of course, that pitch was way off the plate, and as you said, Chip, that pitch misses 1-1. Umpire was kind of walking around thinking about it because he did miss that call, and that happens.
Well, I'm not sure he was thinking about it. He was thinking, get me through the end of this ball game, I think, more than anything.
And misses with that one, the count 2-1. Thing I was, always taught, you go and don't make comments because sometimes you can make it worse with the umpire. Down 2-1 and swing and a miss, strike two. That's a nice pitch by Shannon Worth there. Tie ball game 4-4, bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, real big inning right here for both ball clubs.
Yes, it is. And dropped it in there and struck him out. Big pitch by Shannon Worth.
I tell you though, it's almost funny. I mean, the first 2 outs seem to be real easy to get. As soon as they get 2 outs, boy, that's when the battle begins. So
that's just amazing. It's a combination. I was going to bring it back up earlier, and I kind of lost what I was going to do. But you look at this fact is that maybe the pitcher's pressing a little bit once you get 2 away, or Cumberland just, we're not going to go down 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think I think Cumberland shortens their swings up and battles a little bit harder with two outs on them.
And Barrett lays it down. Worth, the throw to first in time, and what a bang play over there as Shannon Worth jumped off the mound and beat Meyer, the catcher, to the bunt and fires it over. And here we go again. 2 quick outs, back to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, for the most part, both teams tonight have executed. There's been 1 or 2 plays here and there, but defensively, both teams, as you see right here, that ball's put down right in front of the plate, and Barrett gets down in a hurry. Good job by Shannon Worth, and that's not an easy play to make.
And Victor Alvarez goes after the first one, drives it into right center field. What a catch by Mark Thompson. Oh my! And the defense continues to step up and play big in this championship game. Chip, that looked like it was a double all the way, and Mark Thompson runs it down for the final out of the inning.
I think Mark Thompson just outran the baseball right there. He was determined to go get that thing.
We go to the top of the 9th inning. Warriors batting at the 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series on KLEW TV. Along with Chip. NAIA College World Series 50th anniversary on KLEW TV. Sean Emery along with Chip D'Amato. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Adam Tomlinson pitching for the Bulldogs. Matt Vogel at the plate, and he gets nailed on the pants. See the pants move there. Apparently it wasn't noticed. It looked like he got hit by a pitch there, but it ends up a ball. And that count goes to 2-0. But we got Matt Vogel, Jesse Meyer, and Alan Ballmer, top of the 9th inning in a tie game. And what a big catch by Mark Thompson, Chip. There's a strike, 2-1.
Well, Victor Alvarez just absolutely stung that ball in the right center field gap, and Mark Thompson just outran the baseball, almost overran it, and determined to make that catch right there.
Swing and a miss, strike 2, as Vogel did. Seemed like he was fooled on the pitch or something because he didn't get a good swing.
Yeah, he was a little bit fooled. And that slider from Tomlinson is nasty. That thing looks like a frisbee coming up there.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And fouled back out of play, and Vogel stays alive. Nice catch by a fan there, so they didn't get booed. Even though their hands are stinging like crazy.
I couldn't see it. It was out of my view there. Did they catch it or drop it?
Yeah, they would have been a boo if they'd have dropped it. They caught it. Never quite figured that out. Most of those people booing somebody dropping it obviously have never caught one. Here comes the 2-2 again, and Vogel stays alive. And that's what the Warriors want. Wear down Tomlinson, as you brought up, Chip, last inning. He's normally does not pitch as many innings. He's went 2 1/3 and now facing a batter here to lead off the ninth. Pitch on the way and staying alive again, and he's fouled off another one.
Well, Vogel staying alive. Good job by Tomlinson. Vogel's just fighting up there, and Tomlinson's poured in 3 good pitches in a row. And Vogel just staying alive at the plate right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes, top of the ninth inning. We're all tied at 4. Here comes the pitch on the way. Swing, foul tip, and stays alive. You're watching the 2006 Avista NAIA World Series Championship on KLEW TV. 50 years of the World Series, 50 years of KLEW TV, bringing you the best in local sports.
And we've seen a couple of these at-bats during the course of this series, and the questions come up, whose advantage? We'll see.
2-2 pitch and a ground ball. That's going to take a roller down to second. And Depew handles it and one away here at the top of the ninth inning.
Well, that time the advantage goes to the pitcher as he threw another nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. not a lot you can do with it if you're Matt Boga right there. You throw that ball down and away right there. Good job of pitching by Tomlinson.
Catcher Jesse Meyer, number 18. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. And takes strike one. Did have an RBI single to center field way back in the 5th inning. And he's also grounded out to the pitcher. And a swing and a miss. Big cut there as Tomlinson coming in. And a count 0-2.
Yeah, now Tomlinson's getting a little bit in that rhythm right there, and we'll see if the LC hitters can step out of the box and take him out of that rhythm a little bit.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball one on deck. The Lewiston native senior, Alan Balmer, won a championship as part of the Warriors in 2003. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Meyer got 8 up on that one, and here comes Alan Balmer.
Yeah, Tomlinson's in a groove right now, and he's not showing any signs of fading, even though he's a closer and throwing probably an inning more than he usually throws, but he's got the adrenaline pumping right now.
Here comes Alan Balmer. He jammed him on down. He bounces it down to third baseline to Rojas. Throw over to first in time, and a 1-2-3 top of the ninth for the Cumberland University Bulldogs against the Warriors. We're going to the bottom of the ninth inning. Cumberland coming to bat, looking for the title number 2 at the 2006 Avista NAIA. For the ninth. 2006 Avista NAIA College World Series, the 50th anniversary here on KLE WTV. Sean Emery with Chip D'Amato, the final night of this World Series, the bottom of the ninth. Could this be the final bat of the game as we go to the bottom of the ninth all time?
I'll tell you what, Sean, it's going to be a shame that somebody's going to have to lose this ball game, as it's been a very well-played ball game, very hard-fought ball game, and unfortunately, you got to have a winner and loser here.
Well, in the top of the ninth inning, Adam Tomlinson came with nasty intentions with that ball, and the Warriors could do absolutely nothing. There's strike one, 1-1 on Courtney Probst, who has already homered, struck out, grounded out, and had a single to left his last time up. And on deck, Dorian Rojas. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Probst, but he can't hit it. As Worth smokes it by him at a count 1-2. Nobody out, bottom of the ninth inning. 4-4 ball game. Here comes the pitch, misses, count 2-2. 4-10-0 Warriors, 4-12-2 for Cumberland. The Warriors have played the tight defense. They have had 2 big assists by Mark Thompson. Throwouts at home and third. And on the 2-2 pitch, a hit batter, and that's exactly, you may not have a fielding error somewhere, but that could be coming back the biggest error of all, hitting a batter with nobody out.
Yeah, and we'll see now how Cumberland elects to play this with their big hitters coming up and their potential hitting the ball over the fence. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Woody Hunt elects to have Dorian Rojas put a bunt down and get Probst down to second with the 4 and 5 hitters coming up next, or if he lets him swing away and take the chance of hitting into double play here. So could be interesting as to, I think Coach Woody Hunt's taking his time trying to make a decision himself right here of what he wants to do.
Well, it's a big, big decision, like you said, Chip, and the Warrior fans trying to move it right along. But Coach Woody Hunt's been around a long time, and he's going to do it when he wants to do it. But here comes Rojas, nobody out. Runner with first base, be a hit batter. Here comes the pitch, up strike one. Rojas homered with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. And it's still going way over the center field fence. And he's doubled to right center, grounded out to second, and had an RBI back in the bottom of the 6th inning. that retied the game. There's laid down a bunt, couldn't get it done. We're actually back in the sixth. It actually made it 4-4.
It almost makes you, if you're a Lewis Clark State Warrior fan or in that dugout, it almost might make you a little more nervous now the row house has 2 strikes on him right here. They've been able to produce with 2 outs and 2 strikes on him all evening. So Rojas going to bear down right here, taking his signs from Coach Woody Hunt, and we'll see what happens here.
No balls, 2 strikes, runner at first, 4-4 ball game. Pitch on the way, swing! And a miss! He's out of the game, strike 3. What a big pitch for Shannon Worth. And here comes Alberto Cruz. This is the guy, Chip, that you may want to worry about the most. You look at his line on the day. He walked back in the first. He popped up to left, and his last 2 times he struck out. One time looking on a 3-2 pitch.
Well, Alberto had a little bit of a tough night last evening as well against Lubbock Christian. So you talk about being due, it might be Alberto's turn.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and he was looking for the fence. And in the hole, 0-1.
Well, I don't think there's been a breeze all night until that swing right there. I think that moved the flag a little.
Cumberland needs to watch, though, a little bit. They can't just sit there and start trying to hit the fence. They need to remember the basics, because if they try to aim for it too much, they're going to find themselves striking out. Throw over to first, not in time.
An opportune time right there by Shannon Worth to pick over. There's always that chance of Probst running right there and getting into scoring position if you forget about him. And we saw Lubbock last night forget about a couple runners, and Cumberland stole a couple bases on them.
And the 0-1 pitch popped up straight in the air, about 3/4 of a mile. Meyer coming in, Jesse has it, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now here comes the leading home run hitter in the NAIA, Angel Mercado. 26 home runs, 84 runs batted in the regular season. He has singled to left. He has singled to center with an RBI. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out his last time. And Shannon Worth ready to go with 2 away and a runner at first. Pitch on the way upstairs. The ball gets away from Meyer, and the runner down with 2 outs in scoring position.
Well, I'll tell you what that does more than anything right here is it changes the complexion of how Lewis Clark State College has to play defense now. If you watched right there with a runner on first, you had the outfielders deep around in left and in center and in right. Because they don't want a ball over their head and a runner to score from first base. And now what that does is it makes the outfielders play shallower because they're going to have to make the throw to the plate and throw the runner out. So that's a big pass ball right there by Jesse Meyer.
Well, with that, they do intentionally walk Mercado to put a force out now at third or second and first. And now we have Nolan McHugh coming up.
Well, and that's we had all the drama you can ask for right there. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs, and the leading home run hitter in NAIA baseball this season at the plate. Boy, you couldn't ask for more drama than that. And with 1 pitch, the drama's gone. Well, I shouldn't say the drama's gone, but it's not the leading home run hitter in the Nationals in NAIA baseball this season.
Yes, it is. Well, Nolan McHugh can be.
Well, I think with 2 outs and good speed at second base in Probst, you're going to see that run. Woody Hunt's going to wave him.
Yeah, the pitch, strike 1. And the count is 0-1. And again, going back, the Warriors have stranded 10 runners in this game, 5 in scoring position. The other night in the 4-1 win over UBC, they stranded 11, 6 in scoring position. You can't win championships if you don't get them in. And now you don't like that one. Worth just went on the 0-1 pitch and popped McHugh in the helmet, and he is down on the field. And you hate to see that with the excitement of this game going on. Got nailed in the face or up on the helmet. You heard the pop. And Worth trying to come up with a big pitch there and just overthrew it.
I wasn't sure if that.
Depew. A fly ball, if they catch it,
Right.
the inning is over. They don't want, they're going to play close. If the ball's over their head, the game is over. They're going to try to make a throw on a short single. Here's the pitch. Nice pitch, but misses. And the count 1-0 on Derek Depew, another senior. Depew has struck out, popped up to right, and singled his last time.
Well, once again, we got the scrappy Depew at the plate, and he'll put the bat on the baseball.
Bases loaded. The winning run 90 feet away, and 2-0 the count. And what I thought is Worth might his concentration go after hitting the previous batter, and he has no place to put Depew if he walks him. And finally gets that one down to count 2-1. Cumberland fans weren't sure about it, but a good pitch. And now Worth needs to dig down in for the Warriors and come up with a couple of the biggest pitches he's ever thrown. And there's strike 2, and there's one of them.
Well, that's a gutsy pitch right there, a 2-1 breaking ball that he put on the outside of the black of the plate right there. That's a gutsy pitcher we've seen all night long. The Cumberland University hitters with 2 strikes on them seem to not go away. And Shannon Worth needs one more big pitch, and he's got to focus right here because these guys put the bat on the ball with 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Tie game, bottom of the ninth. Cumberland, bases loaded. Pitch on the way, stuck him! Struck him! Oh, God! Well, you heard the noise. The bases loaded, and we're going to extra baseball. The top of the 10th. The Warriors come to bat at the 2000.